Hi, and welcome back to ISoRED's Career Spotlight series. Today, we have the pleasure of interviewing Dr. Choonsik Lee. So, Dr. Lee, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about yourself and your career, that'd be great.
Okay, so my name is Choonsik Lee. I'm currently working at the National Cancer Institute as a senior investigator. I finished my PhD in South Korea, moved to University of Florida in Florida, obviously, and spent 3 years as a postdoctoral fellow and 2 year as an assistant professor there, and moved to NCI as a senior professor, senior investigator in 2009. Um, yeah, so there's a question about my research area. How did I start, right? So I studied radiation detection during my major in nuclear engineering because I'm strongly interested in radiation at that point. So I studied radiation detection at that time. And then after I started graduate school, there was a course about human body, computer simulation of human body. So I volunteered to participate in the project, graduate school project. And then professor was excited about my participation. And that's the time I started my career, whole career about human modeling and Monte Carlo radiation transport. That's my introduction.
That's so nice. Yeah. It's very interesting that you navigate in different scientific culture, South Korea and then the US. How do you think this unique difference that you had experienced, how does shape your career?
Yeah, so in terms of difference between Korea versus USA, especially research culture, I would say in Korea, I did research plus admin and other additional work, which is quite different from what I've been doing in the United States. I really focus on research. So one example is when I left Korea as a postdoctoral fellow, I did my postdoctoral fellow for about a year, and I had to finish the website of the institution, something like that.
Wow.
But when I came to University of Florida, I 100% focused on the research. So, that navigating different cultural difference, so that's really the reason why I wanted to stay in the United States, because I really want to focus on research at that point. That's one difference. Another difference would be in Korea, we I normally focus on like short-term goal and short-term direction, and that's why I worked really fast on something, but without clear long-term direction. So when I came to this country, I worked with other PIs, and as a research a fellow, I learned how to vision more longer term. And even though it is slow, but I work in the right direction. So that's another kind of difference on my side, and that's why I wanted to stay in this country and work on this radiation dosimetry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. So it sounds like you learned a lot about yourself during that time when you were a postdoc and transitioning between countries.
Mhm.
When you were in that early stage of your career, did you run into any challenges or any struggles, and how did you overcome these?
Yeah, so really obvious obstacle and barrier to me is really language. So I'm not, English is not my mother tongue, and I barely learn English, especially speaking, listening, whatever, in my high school. I learned a little bit, but it's not this level. So that's my major barrier to overcome this. In terms of writing, I had to read a lot of papers, good papers, to learn how to write, and then those Englishes. And in terms of speaking, I knew language is my barrier, so I tried kind of different strategy. So I try to include diagram and pictures as much as I can into my slides, and practice a lot, and try to visualize what is my brain to people. So
Yeah.
that strategy has been working, I think. So a lot of people told me, "Oh, I like your diagram, I like your picture." So even though my English was not perfect, so people digest themselves from the diagram and picture, and that was very, very helpful. Um, that's my story.
That's so interesting, Choonsik, because you say I can see you because I saw your presentations and I see that you are very clear in everything that you say.
Yeah, but there
And
was a
what?
reason.
Yeah, there is a reason. And what do you would be your advice for early career scientists that wants to start working this field, dosimetry field, and they are still in their phase of looking ahead and planning? What will be your advice for them?
Yeah, so in terms of what is that question would be the emerging radiation dosimetry field would be so more and more field is moving to medical radiation, obviously. So in terms of low dose and high dose, each region, so low dose imaging, so people more interested in fluoroscopy radiation dose, and high dose area, people are interested in radiotherapy, especially emerging technology radiotherapy such as proton and carbon. An overarching emerging field is obviously artificial intelligence. So how do we apply this AI to radiation dosimetry? So in our dosimetry unit, we've been working on how to use this AI in different side, in especially radiotherapy part and also fluoro side. So it'll be useful to get adapted to this new emerging technology, and then train yourself how to use this and apply this for radiation dosimetry. That'll be useful.
Well, thank you so much for that advice. So folks can start looking into medical dosimetry and AI. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today and to introduce yourself to early career scientists. We really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Choonsik. It was really good to hear you and your experience.
Thank you.